Well, this has been a long time since we have said the Lakers won a basketball game through their defense. I don't understand how all that happened. The adjustments happened so quickly after another bad game against the Portland Trailblazers on Saturday. The Lakers got a tough 8-game road trip. They got to stack up some wins. However, it is not going to be easy, but we saw some glimpses of can they actually sustain high level effort on the defensive end of the floor. And honestly, I'm always very critical when it comes to the players on this roster, but I have to talk about JJ Redick. Before I do any of that, beautiful dub last night against a hot Toronto Raptors team who have played really well this season. I have to talk about the beautiful Pechanga Resort Casino. And I'm telling you right now, if you have not been to Pechanga Resort Casino, you are missing out. Your boy is about to head out there. Who knows when? I might have to go out there in a couple weeks because I always have a great time at Pechanga Resort Casino. You can play a perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, the official Native American resort and casino of the Los Angeles Lakers. Skip the traffic. Head on over to Pechanga Resort Casino, just off the I-15 in Temecula. Visit pachanga.com or call 888-PACHANGA reservations and for more information. What did the Lakers do differently throughout these last couple games of the season? I already know you guys are going to be in the YouTube chat spamming, give Drew Timme some more minutes. I'm already here for it. I'm going to listen to it because Drew Timme has been playing well. But what has been a difference maker, even just remotely through last night's game, was the defense. Shout out to Grant Metzger. He put it right there. The Lakers hold the Raptors to under 100 points. That's just the second time the Lakers have done that. And it's been a while since we've seen them go out there and blow out an opponent. It's always been the Lakers win another clutch game. The Lakers are 13-1, 14-2, however you want to put it. In clutch games. No, for the first time, they put their foot down. They made the necessary adjustments, and they went out there and played a full 48-minute game. We got tired, and me specifically, I always gotten tired of seeing the Lakers always switching 1 through 5, seeing Deondre Ayton guarding a guard out in the perimeter, seeing a smaller guard in the guarding a big man in the post. Why on earth will we see DeAndre Ayton one-on-one in an ISO ball situation, leaving him on an island while everyone else watches on the defensive end of the floor? But we didn't see that last night. The Raptors, I'm not going to lie to you, that first quarter and seeing the way that they were running, I was like, oh boy, here we go. It's going to be another long night for the Lakers. I can't pronounce this guy's name. I'm not even going to try to butcher it. But we already know he goes by Mamu. He was out there doing whatever he wanted in that first half. You see Brandon Ingram getting to his spots every single possession. You see Scotty Barnes making a difference. The Raptors were killing the Lakers in that first half and second chance opportunities. But what was a big adjustment? What did JJ Redick do? For the first time, we've seen them try to do it, but this is for the first time in my eyes through the games that we've watched. The Lakers played a zone, in particularly a matchup zone. The Raptors weren't shooting the ball that well from the three-point line, but the Lakers were in a matchup zone. You see 3 guys up, 2 guys down. They also put in the double big man line. We saw Jackson Hayes put alongside with Drew Timme, or vice versa, DeAndre Ayton with Drew Timme. You started to see a lot more bigs in the lineup using their length, their size. When the Raptors players would try to drive to the basket, there's a guy rotating, stepping up. And then when they try to kick out, there was another rotation. Why is it when the Lakers play in that defensive setting, they get into a matchup zone, we see a difference in the spark? We see them getting steals and leading into transition. That's right. I'm talking about that one play where Jared Vanderbilt gets a hand in the passing lane. He steals it. There's a nice in and out crossover. He gets a dunk. Defense leading to offense. They took more pride on that end of the floor last night. I'm not saying the Lakers are going to be having this high intensity defense going in through these next couple of games, but that was a big spark and that was a different glimpse of what they can do. Sometimes you're going to have to play ugly. Sometimes you're going to have to switch it up. You can't just be stubborn and rely on a broken product that has not been working, meaning man to man, switching 1 through 5. At some point, you're going to have to play to what your strengths could be, and that is being in a 2-3 zone or being in a matchup zone, bringing 3 guys up, being in the passing lanes, and forcing them to take contested 3-point shots because the first reaction when a team sees somebody in a zone, what are they going to do? They're going to settle, especially in the NBA. No teams are going to try to get to the basket unless there's a clear driving lane. But there was no clear driving lane for the Raptors last night. It was a big difference from that first half into the second half. And that is really surprising coming from this Lakers team because they normally struggle getting right into the third quarter. But no, they made the necessary adjustments. And it's about time that JJ Redick said, enough with this man-to-man. Let's switch it up. The Raptors aren't shooting well tonight. Let's run them off the three-point line. And if they do, we're going to contest the three-point shot without fouling. It was good seeing Deondre Ayton step up, putting hands up, forcing him to take a tough runner in the lane. It was beautiful basketball on that end of the floor to finally see them rotating the right way, not giving up, actually getting defensive stops, rebounding. Do not give up second chance opportunities. Limit them to one shot. And the Lakers did that in the second half. Now, with that being said, there's another big difference. DeAndre Ayton, again, up and down. He has to be able to sustain stack up games where it's consistent, trending uphill. DeAndre Ayton had 25 points, 10 for 10 shooting. You might ask, why is he shooting efficient? Because he was actually rolling hard to the basket. He actually brought a lot more passion and energy into that game. These guys can't motivate DeAndre Ayton every single game. He has the ability to have an efficient scoring night. And when he does put up 10 shots, he normally is really efficient when doing so. The problem is when DeAndre Ayton does not get any touches and he mopes around and complains about not touching the rock, that's when you see a different side. That's when you see that lead to him not defending. That's when you see to him having low rebounding numbers. Nah, man, you got to try to find a way to impact the basketball game without always having the ball in your hands. And he did so. You can have a simple thing as just rolling hard to the basket, and what does the defense automatically assume? You roll hard, they're collapsing. That leads to other opportunities for others. And him doing that and finally bringing that real energy and passion on both ends of the floor, it was a difference maker. The reason why you see the Lakers hold the Raptors to under 100 points is because JJ Redick finally did something and not being stubborn and switching to a zone defense that held them because they were not getting the looks. I'm telling you right now, we might see them throw out a lot other different looks because this was a tone setter, possibly going into this Eastern Conference road trip, this 8-game road trip. The Lakers are going to have to switch it up on the defensive end of the floor because they do not have the personnel to be matching up man-to-man every single game with these younger, athletic, quicker teams. When those teams run into the Lakers get exposed. That was not the case last night. Second time this season where the Lakers hold an opponent under 100 points. And it's finally good to say that they got a blowout win. They put their foot down and never looked back. But there's another guy I want to talk about as well. And I was opposed to him just staying on the bench and being that six-man guy. And it was Rui Hachimura. He frustrates me at times. I'm not going to lie to you. When he doesn't have the ball in his hands, he is floating around. He is one of the most efficient scorers on this Lakers team when it comes to numbers wise, percentage wise. He shoots the ball really, really well. I know he's on minutes restriction. I know he's coming back from a little calf injury. Got to be very, very cautious into what he can do. I know he's limited in certain things he can do on the basketball floor. But 4-10 shooting, wasn't really getting to his spots. And again, when the ball is on his hands, he has a difficult time moving without the basketball. And I think that's the case of, all right, if you do bring him off the bench and you do see him being that spark offensively, because we know the Lakers do struggle when it comes to role players, especially bench unit, secondary options coming in and try to provide scoring. Gabe Vincent's not going to give you a consistent night. Don't Connect is unplayable. Jared Vanderbilt, he brings a lot of other different intensity to this team. He had 9 rebounds and only had 2 points, but he was impacting the game that does not show up on the stat sheet. Rui Hachimura, if he's not scoring, there's times you ask, is he even out there on the basketball court? What impact has he made? So that's what I'm saying. If you try to install him back into the starting lineup, we haven't seen it a full game with the supposedly starting lineup, which is Austin, LeBron, Luca, AR. I mean, Austin, LeBron, Luca, Rui, and Aiden. We haven't really seen much of that lineup. So Austin Reeves gonna need the ball in his hands. Luca's gonna need the ball in his hands. LeBron's gonna need the ball in his hands. Don't get me wrong, Lakers are top 10 when it comes to the offensive efficiency. The offense has never been a problem, but the second unit has been the problem. So maybe try to consider that and looking into that because he provides a different type of look when the second unit comes in. And all of a sudden, you bring Jake LaRavia off, you bring Rui Hachimura in, and you see a different look offensively. There won't be no drop off when it comes to the second unit. I just struggle and I hate seeing him just floating around, floating around. I can't stand it when guys do not move well without the basketball. And that's where we're at with him. And that's going to be my worry when Austin Reeves gets healthy because he's going to need the ball in his hands. He's going to provide a different type of look scoring. He's going to be able to get to the free throw line. He does a good job of spacing the floor. And then when he does touch the basketball, he gets to the basket. He can create different opportunities for others to score. Same thing with Luka Doncic and same thing with LeBron James. But Rui Hachimura, that's where this team struggles at, is when the offense gets stagnant. When it's one-on-one, watch Luka Doncic go to work, and all of a sudden we're seeing a step back and test a three. Late in the shot clock, we see LeBron James with the rock. He doesn't really have that same explosiveness to blow by somebody. And it leads to sometimes a turnover, but also leads to a contested jump shot. Rui Hachimura, I was very opposed to this. Let me tell you right now, because we understand how JJ Redick is. He is very much, hey, this is my way. We're going to keep it this way. We're going to stick to what we know what's best. And most likely, Rui Hachimura will be in the starting lineup. But when you look at it, Jake LaRavia only had 2 points starting. But he does a lot of things defensively. He rebounds well. He hustles for those second chance opportunities. That leads to another opportunity for scoring. Rui Hachimura is what you call a guy who needs the ball in his hands and scoring. And it sucks because he has a size. He has the ability to match up well on different opponents. We've seen him take on the biggest scoring load when it comes to him guarding Nikola Jokic in that one playoff series. But ever since then, we have not seen that same type of defensive mindset from Rui Hachimura. So that's where I come into. It maybe is be time to start moving this lineup around a little bit. When Austin Reeves does get healthy, maybe it is one of those where, all right, let's test to see how it looks for Rui Hachimura coming off the bench and seeing if we can up the bench scoring. Because if you put all those guys back into the starting lineup, which probably will happen, where are you going to get your bench scoring from? And that's going to be the issue coming in with this Lakers team for these next couple of games. But again, very, very pleased that they went out there and ran the Toronto Raptors out the gym because these past couple episodes, and you guys could agree with me, have been, oh, here we go, another loss. That is embarrassing. You're losing to the Sacramento Kings. You're losing to the Charlotte Hornets. You're losing in an embarrassing fashion. Now, for the first time, it was good to watch and be like, that was a good win. That was a double-digit win. None of these damn clutch games. I'm tired of hearing those damn clutch games. But we got a little more to talk about. There's been a mid-season grade in regards to the Lakers. We'll see what a certain ESPN writer graded the Lakers. And also, my guy, Drew Timmy. Hey, brother, we got to get you a new wardrobe. We'll talk about all that right after that. My partner, Zabachanga, give you guys a quick word.
At Pechanga Resort Casino, you can rock and roll, sip and slide, twist and shout. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, official Indian gaming sponsor of the Lakers.
What is going on? We're back with Lakers Talk Daily. I got something real quick that I have to throw out there. Per Brad Turner, the Lakers guard Luka Doncic was voted as a starter for the NBA Western Conference All-Star team. This will be his sixth selection as a starter for the NBA All-Star team. So we make sure we got to throw that out there. Congrats to Luka Doncic. Well deserved. His numbers are showing, and this is respectfully, he deserves that. But there was an article that I read and happened to come across, and Kevin Pelton, a writer for ESPN, put out grades in regards to the NBA this season. All right, mid-season grades, rating all 30 teams at the halfway mark. And see where this is at. The Lakers are ranked at a C minus. That is their letter grade. You see their projection. They're supposed to be 46 wins. Right now, the current projection is 44 wins, which I can see that. I can see the Lakers getting to 44 wins this season. But you see the letter grade. You see the Lakers at a C minus. And is that a little bit too down low? I believe so. I think the Lakers should be at a B letter grade because they're one of the most high-powered offenses in the league. The only thing that has been their weakness has been not being athletic enough. You know, obviously they got to get younger. They also got to try to find a way to play in two different ways. And then you look at their defense, and their defense has been the biggest story this season. They have all that offensive power, but they do not have the personnel to actually beat certain teams this season. And I don't think they're a C minus level. I think that can be that's a little too low. I do believe they're around the B range because, like, once again, the offense and how they can score and how they put up high numbers. I know that's a big thing as far as the Lakers always look to try to outscore teams. That wasn't the case last night, and we could be seeing something different. I'm not saying it's going to be promised that the Lakers all of a sudden are going to be this high-powered defensive team. No, but they can tweak it a little bit, and they can understand what the personnel they do have out there. I'm telling you, if they can sustain a zone like that and be able to match up in different ways like that, we might have something different for this Lakers team. That was, again, credit to JJ Redick making those adjustments and the coaching staff halfway going into that second half. But that is the biggest story and why the Lakers, from per Kevin Pelton, are a C minus in his letter grade because of where are we expecting that right in this season? We kind of expected the Lakers to be top 5 in the Western Conference midway through this season. And you kind of see what their top 10 offensive rating is. We kind of had a strong feeling that was going to be the case. When you have Luka Doncic, you have Austin Reeves, and you still have LeBron James who's playing this well at the age of 41, you do believe that their offense is going to be top 10 or one of the high-powered offenses this season. But we already know going into this, their defense was going to be the biggest problem and the biggest concern because you know what you have in Luka Doncic. You know what you have in Austin Reeves. If you want to get the best out of them two, you're going to need to provide athletic wing defenders, two big men, to be honest with you, that can rotate in and out, lob threats, block shots, rim protecting. We don't really see that much. We have not really seen that stacked up in majority of games. So them being at a C minus, I don't agree with that personally because you look at the other teams. You're telling me that the Lakers have the same letter grade as the Indiana Pacers? Come on, let's be realistic. You're telling me that they're below the Utah Jazz? Again, let's be realistic. The Grizzlies, the Warriors, the Bulls. I don't know if he's grading that just because of what their teams are, how the teams are, and how going into the season. And remember, all this is projections and estimating where they could be at. But the Lakers should not be at a lower grade letter than the Wizards, the Bulls. They should be right there. When I'm looking at it, they got the Timberwolves at a B minus, the Knicks at a B minus, the Heat at a B. And I don't know if it's just a testament to how those teams are constructed. But the Knicks are supposed to be a top five, honestly, finals favorites going into the season from the Eastern Conference side because the storyline going in for the Eastern Conference is the East is wide open. You got Tyrese Halliburton now. You got Jason Tatum out for the Celtics. By the way, the Boston Celtics have been overachieving. Everyone expected them to have a really, really slow season. All of a sudden, they're playing really, really good basketball without one of their star players. But the storyline, the narrative is, oh, the East is wide open. You never know what's it called? The injury history with the 76ers. They're always in and out of their lineups. They rotate a lot of guys. So if the Knicks are at a B minus grade and their record is top two in the Eastern Conference, why the hell are the Lakers at a C minus? Why are they at a C minus? Lakers should be at a B. So I will strongly disagree with that. Lakers are a good basketball team. They're not the greatest, but they're not C minus level. I'm telling you that right now. And I will fight anyone for that. I'm very, very harsh and critical when it comes to the product that is being thrown out there on the basketball floor. Not a C minus letter grade. I'm sorry. I have to end it when it comes to that. So there is something else that I have to bring up. And Graham, I know you got that picture. Oh, sorry. One more other thing I got to bring up. Shout out to my guy Carlos Isu. LeBron's NBA record of 21 consecutive All-Star selections as a starter has been snapped. Wow. What a record. LeBron's NBA record of 21 consecutive All-Star appearance selections has been snapped as a starter. Can we all be honest? Was that expected? Most likely. That was most likely expected. LeBron James missed a couple of games early on the season. His numbers have been low compared to previous years. This was kind of one of those that's going to be expected. I do believe LeBron James still get an all-star bid. I do believe he'll be an all-star this season. The West All-Star starters are Stephen Curry, Luka, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Nikola Jokic, and Victor Wembanyama. So those are the West starters for the 2026 NBA All-Star game. Was it a big deal? Was it a shock to me? Honestly, not really. I kind of expected LeBron James not to be an all-star starter this season, just due to the season and the numbers that other guys in the Western Conference have been putting up. And it's not a knock on LeBron. He's still playing really, really well at the age of 41 and doing a lot of good things this season for the Lakers. But don't expect him not to make an all-star appearance. I do believe LeBron James still will make an all-star appearance just because, one, it's LeBron. Two, the story will be great. Him being at the age of 41, him still playing at the highest level possible. Of course, it would be great to see him on the All-Star, in the All-Star uniform, All-Star game, and being on the All-Star court. But there's something I got to bring up. Appreciate you, my guy Carlos Slicer. But there's something I really, really have to bring up. So we understand how Drew Timme has been playing. Drew Timme played on Saturday, made really, really good impact on the floor for the Lakers. Now the Lakers didn't go the way, against the Portland Trailblazers. They did not play that well. The score shows for itself. So he got some more minutes last night against the Raptors. Played really well, limited minutes, but he was able to get implemented in that zone, able to utilize his size. He did a good job of moving without the basketball. Drew Timme hasn't playing well. I'm going to be honest, he hasn't playing well in limited minutes. I don't expect his minutes to increase, especially with Jackson Hayes being back in the lineup and Deondre Ayton, a lot of other guys like Austin Reeves getting healthy. You're going to start to see a lot of other people's minutes start to decrease in this Lakers lineup. But due to him having good basketball, been playing really good basketball these past two games, of course, he gets a little post-game pressure. And you look at that T-shirt that he's rocking. Sexual Tyrannosaurus. My guy, Drew Timme. Look, I'm not one of those that be into fashion. I'm not one of those to judge people what they wear. But someone on that Lakers roster, they're going to have to help my brother out in his wardrobe. They're going to have to get him a little bit of a different look. I get it. It's a movie reference. I believe it's from the movie Predator, if I'm correct. Someone check me on that. But this is something that went, little viral through Lakers social media. And he was asked immediately when he got on that post game presser, as far as what kind of shirt are you rocking? A sexual Tyrannosaurus shirt. He said he wasn't into fashion, but I know, especially the guys on this roster who love to dress up, who love to come walking down, especially in the city of LA. They like to put on their little drip. It could help my guy Drew Timmy out just a little bit with some certain swagger. Get my guy some swag, man. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And I could be wrong. Maybe it's okay. This is just how he is. But I know he can dress up just a little bit more flashy. Now, time to bring in my guy, my brother Graham Metzger. I know he's got some stuff as far as Lakers Twitter, Lakers social media. Graham, first of all, am I wrong when it comes to that? Just a little bit, just like help him out just a little bit. Just, just a little bit, man. Just help my guy out just a little bit with that drip, man. There you go, man. Exactly, man. That's all I'm asking for my guy, Drew Timme, man. Wow. That was a wow. I would that was a lot more than I was expecting as well. But I think we're all in agreement to when you see Rui Hachimura and you see the you see what he has been doing. Like he does not space out sometimes that well when it's on the floor with the Lakers. You see what he is doing, and you see when he needs the ball in his hands. Is that he struggles at times moving without the basketball, and we see too much that the Lakers offense gets stagnant, and we see the frustration from a lot of guys as far as Luka Doncic step back through, LeBron James late in the shot clock because they have no other choice because the offense is dead and they don't have a counter to when the offense and the play gets blown dead. And you see the spacing is not there. And we know the bench has been struggling. It makes perfect sense to bring a guy who wants the ball in his hands. He's going to get the ball in his hands because there's no one else that can provide that scoring. He will be the number one target and that six-man guy that the Lakers could desperately need. So with that being said, we can possibly see a difference because going in the midway point, it all is about okay, what can we get better at the margins? How can we get better in our scoring? How can we get the most out of our bench? But also, if we do implement him in the starting lineup, how much more are we getting from the starting lineup? Is he helping or hurting the Lakers starting unit? So I'm a little surprised. I thought everyone would still be on the start Rui, bring Laravia off the bench. But no, I guess we're all on the same page here. Oh, they they saying that they can't hear your mic real quick, Graham. I don't know if it's because you got yourself muted.
Deondre, they're saying so Rui, six man of the year. I think it's a little late in the season for that. Deondre, I want to run one more thing by you real quick
Okay.
before we get up out of here. I don't know if you've seen this, and I'm not sure what your reaction is going to be. But our guy Chris Paul, man.
Oh my
You seen this
goodness.
video, Deondre?
I've
Chris
seen this
Paul
video.
not only putting up 3-pointers, but if you can see there, tagged JJ Redick in it. Now, Lakers fans, one thing we love naming old Lakers and we love attacking that buyout market.
Hold on, real quick, Graham. They said they can't hear you on your mic. Yeah, just real quick. They're saying they can't hear you on your mic.
Well, you know what? I'll let you take it from here.
All right, cool.
Chris Paul.
All right, so I'm gonna just help out Graham here to figure out the little technical difficulty. So he put up a Chris Paul video. They say it's good now, but Chris Paul was getting up some shots. He tweeted at JJ Redick and talking about sign me up. We could utilize this. Look, could CP3 bring out a different energy for this Lakers team? Possibly. He is real tough. He gets after it. He keeps it real. He keeps it 100 when it comes to the product that is being thrown out there on the basketball court. I seen that clip, and I'm so glad you brought that up, Graham. Because Chris Paul, was he knocking down jumpers? Yes, he was. But ooh, adding him to this Lakers team right now, I just don't see it. I know Chris Paul wants to retire and go out in a better note than what the Clippers did to him. Don't know. I love seeing him knocking down jump shots like that. Chris Paul, honestly, still can play at a high level. I know he didn't get much burn when it comes to the Clippers, but the Clippers can't hate them because they're playing better basketball through this second half, or this midway point of the basketball season. The fact that he has to tweet at, or tag JJ Redick and tweet at him and talking about what's up, JJ, put me on the court. I'm sorry, man. It's time to relax. No need to go out there and try to get Chris Paul, man. I don't see what he can do, man. Just it's time to just let it go, Chris Paul. You had a wonderful career. Don't see how you can really help this Lakers team out. But that's all we got time for today. Again, appreciate you guys tuning in. Always great to talk to you guys. Lakers got their tough 8-game road trip. It starts tomorrow in Denver against the Denver Nuggets. Don't know if Nikola Jokic will be back yet. However, the Nuggets have been playing great basketball without him on the court. As always, I'll be talking to you guys tomorrow. Tweet at me. Go ahead. I will be reading all your guys' comments. As always, appreciate you guys tuning in. We out.